My name is Ana Milka Valdivia. Most people call me Anna for short. And I am a veterinary technician student, and I also work as a veterinary technician at an animal hospital. And I've always wanted to make educational videos on YouTube of veterinary technician stuff. And I was diagnosed with breast cancer July 22nd. Today is August 29th, I think. Yeah, August 29th. And I saw YouTube videos of this one young girl in Canada that had breast cancer, and she documented her journey. And I thought that I would document mine so that I could help other young women. And it's really crazy to get breast cancer. 1 out of 8 women will get breast cancer. I have invasive carcinoma, invasive breast carcinoma, ductal type, with the HER2 protein. It's the most common breast cancer, and HER2 is very treatable. Because I have the HER2 protein, I am able to participate in a clinical trial. And the clinical trial is, I'm really excited for it. Given the circumstances, I'm excited. Um, because I'm getting 1 chemo, three IV drugs total in my chemotherapy sessions. Only one of them is a chemotherapy drug, and the other 2 are antibodies. They're targeted for the HER2 protein, and if my trial goes well, it'll be another one that's going into the clinical study that is positive, and that it works. So women in the future that get breast cancer, the type of breast cancer that I have, will have less aggressive chemos, and for a shorter amount of time. So from the beginning, how I was diagnosed and how I realized that there was something was wrong was I woke up on Easter, and I had like a pain in my, I had a lump and a pain. And I was like, oh my God, like, oh, this hurts. I said to my boyfriend, and I thought that I had just like slept on something. But I freaked out. So I called my doctor. I haven't been to the doctor in years, and I have been wanting to go, just to be healthy, just do like a regular checkup. I made the appointment. It was a female doctor. She was like a locum. She was just filling in, and I told her, I was like, it's probably nothing, but So she gave me the referral for a mammogram. I called the place. Turns out they had one right then that day, so I did it, and they also did an ultrasound, and there were suspicious findings. I tried memorizing what it looked like on the image so that I could tell the ultrasound doctor that comes to my job what it looked like. And everybody's gonna tell you it's fine, you're too young. That's one thing that I also want to talk about. People are gonna they're coming from a good place, but people might drive you crazy. If you're not if you're very very scared, and you're not very sure, and you don't have like a medical background, and things like this like completely freak you out, I would say definitely don't Google anything. um Follow the steps that your doctor tells you to do, and just listen to your doctors before you tell people, because everyone's gonna give you an opinion if you try to say, and they're coming from a good place. I think that because of my like experience like working with animals in the medical field, I am more trusting. My cat is in the litter box. So I got the mammogram. I did the ultrasound. There were suspicious findings. I tried memorizing it. I tried Googling it. I was like, oh, it's probably just a cyst. My doctor wanted me to. My doctor was like, yeah, sure, get a biopsy at the imaging place, same place that you got the mammogram and the ultrasound. And my insurance covered it because it was the way that they billed it. It was covered by my insurance, so I wouldn't have to pay. And then when I called to see if I had the prescription, the receptionist told me that the doctor didn't write me the prescription for the imaging place. He wanted me to go to the women's center in the hospital. And I was like, I don't want to go there, but I went. When I went there, they told me that I would have to do additional imaging, and I didn't want to pay for additional imaging through my insurance. And I was like, just use the ones that you have. Which, uh, if I would have known, like that everything happened the way that it should have happened, like I'm taking this as this happened to me because there's something that the universe, the higher power, wants me to learn. Sorry, I have to blow my nose. So I was supposed to get my first biopsy May 11th, and I didn't get my biopsy till June 20th. And I have had a doctor tell me, why did I wait so long? And I said it was because of insurance, like what insurance covered. I have 5 cats and a dog, and I'll do anything for them. Like they're the loves of my life. Like there's nothing like I humanly possible wouldn't do like for them because I love them. I had just paid like a really expensive dental for one of my cats because he had a fractured canine, and like and he was in pain. Like he would chew and he would go like that because it hurt him, and I couldn't look at him like that. So I took him to the vet. I got him a dental cleaning, and it was like a lot of money. And then they were like, we're gonna do additional imaging, and because of that, I didn't do it. Canceled my appointments. Didn't show up. But I knew that I had to I had to get this taken care of. So I one day I called the doctor's office, and I was like, listen, I really need to get this done, and I want it specifically at this place. So I finally got the appointment, got the biopsy. It's not the funnest thing in the world. Like I know that people have said like, oh my god, mammograms hurt so much. They're not pleasant, but it's you know, it squeezes you for a little bit. Don't let anybody scare you so much that of a possible pain that you don't do something. So then I went, I got the biopsy, and I had felt like my lump was growing, and it did. The doctor right away, she was like, your tumor is vascular. I don't like that it's growing. And I was like, well, who's gonna call me with the results? And she's like, in your case, I'm probably gonna be the one to call you, and not the breast center coordinator. And she right away was like, you're gonna need surgery. But since she's not a surgeon, she didn't know, like, sometimes you want to know things, or you'll ask questions of the doctors, and they don't know. They can't answer it. She can't answer questions for a surgeon, and a surgeon can't answer questions for an oncologist because it's not their specialty. So I was like, if am I gonna have to completely remove my breast? And she was like, that's a question for the surgeon. So she referred me to a surgeon. But I did like a Google search because I wanted to go to a hospital near me. And I made the appointment. This was July 20th that I did my biopsy. July 22nd, the doctor called me. I had I had breast cancer. I have breast cancer. It's in my lymph node and in my breast. So when I did the biopsy, it was 2.6 centimeters, and I recently did a mammogram, and it was like 5. So it's like growing at a 90% rate. I'll tell you for sure the things that I know and the things that I understand. I'll tell you what they are, but if I don't know what something is, I'm not gonna mention it because I don't want to confuse anybody or teach somebody the wrong thing and then they have it in their head. So I'm my KI 6.7 is that's like the rate that it's growing, and my tumor is growing at a 90% rate. I'm HER2 positive. And I'm negative for estrogen and prostrogen. So because I'm negative, my cancer isn't like estrogen or hormones. I am not eligible for the pill, the chemo pill. So I have to do chemotherapy. So the doctor told me like the next steps. She referred me to the surgeon, and then the surgeon referred me to my oncologist. So this was all at like one hospital. It's like they're affiliated but not really. And one was like closer to my house, and that's why I wanted to do it there. And I was like really blown away by like my surgeon's biography, like on her self biography on her page. And she gave me like this neat little chart that explained everything. And one thing that the doctor that did my biopsy said was bring a notebook with you, because you're gonna need like a lot of you're gonna have questions, you're gonna want to write stuff down. So I contacted the oncologist. I made an appointment with the oncologist, and then we came up with a chemo plan. So I am stage 3 breast cancer. Stage 3 because it's in my lymph node and it's in my breast. Thank God it hasn't spread to any of my organs. I did a whole body scan. I did a CT scan of my abdomen, of my abdomen. I think it's correct. Yeah, like my reproductive organs, my chest. And I did a MRI of the brain. I don't have anything. I don't have any cancer spread. So that's really good. And because I don't have any cancer spread or anything like that, there's certain things that qualify you for the clinical trial, and I think that one of it is the size of the tumor, if you have it in your lymph nodes, and if you have the HER2 protein, which I do. So first the doctor like scribbled, she like her genius chicken scratch. She wrote down the chemos that I was gonna do, like the traditional chemo, and in the middle of it, she was like, "Do you want to do a clinical trial?" And without any hesitation, I was like, "Yes," because I feel like participating in a clinical trial will help women in the future. And if I could use my experience for any good to help anybody be less scared of what they're going through, I want to do that. And that's the reason why I'm doing this video. That's the reason why I'm doing the clinical trial. And hopefully, if everything goes well and the clinical trial is a success, I in the future would like to help volunteer for breast cancer and like a whole bunch of things, but I can't get ahead of myself because I have a habit of doing that. I just have to focus on my treatment, and that's it for right now. Okay. So the chemo, at first I was gonna do the traditional chemo. So the traditional chemo is they give it initials, and because they're really long names, it's A and C, and those are I think they're really strong. And I would have had to do that every 2 weeks for 2 months. But since I'm doing the clinical trial, I'm skipping for now, hopefully and forever, those two chemos, and I'm gonna do and I'm start I on Friday I started chemo, and I did T, which is Taxol. This is the only chemo that I'm really doing. So this side effects, like they give you a little printout of the medications. I have to wash my hands. I have to make sure I wear a mask. I can't handle pet waste. But I have 5 litter boxes, five cats, and a dog. So I wear double mask and gloves, and then when I'm done, I wash my hands. Um, so so I got this on Friday, and I also got this is not a chemo. This is one of the antibodies that I have to take. And this one with combination of this one, I have to do for a year after my treatment. So for 3 months, I'm gonna do this chemo every week, and then every third week, I'm gonna do the antibody drugs. I call them H and P because it's shorter. So I'm gonna do that, and then after, hopefully, like, everything will be fine. If everything goes according to schedule, my last chemo treatment will be November 10th. And then I have a 3-week period to a month where I do an echocardiogram to make. I did an echocardiogram before I went into chemo to make sure that, like, my heart is okay for the chemo. And then when I'm done with the chemo, I do an echo. I wait three weeks to a month to do the surgery. So I have a consultation with another surgeon on September 13th because since I decided to participate in the clinical trial, I couldn't receive chemo at the hospital that was closer to my house because the clinical trial doesn't have, like, the research nurses there, or that's what I'm guessing. So I had to go to the other hospital, and then there was, like, insurance, and, like, I'm getting something called CharityCare to help me pay for the expenses. So that I would have to apply for it in both hospitals. My cat is making noise. Adonis, stop. So I decided, like, it was just too much paperwork and, like, to go back and forth, and I already have the CharityCare at the one hospital where I'm getting the chemo and my insurance. So I was just like, I'm just gonna stick to that. And I felt really bad. I haven't told the surgeon yet, but I was, like, really excited and really proud that it was, like, a young female surgeon, and that all of my team is young females. But I mean, it's just like monetarily and everything, it just made more sense if I just stuck to the same place. But my research nurse that I absolutely love, she's amazing. Everybody's amazing. Like sometimes I'm just like, where am I? Like, oh, I'm here because I have breast cancer. It's really like bizarre sometimes. So that's why I have a meeting with the surgeon on Wednesday, August 31st. I have to get another clip placed because you have so many lymph nodes in your underarm, and they weren't gonna place a clip on each one that was suspicious. But there's one that's a little funky that they didn't do a biopsy. That's right above the one that is known to have the cancer. So they're gonna clip it so that when I do the surgery, the surgeon can remove it. I have a clip on my breast, and I have a clip on my lymph node, and then on Wednesday I have to go get another clip. It's doable. Don't let anybody scare you, but it's not fucking pleasant, you know? So I did my first chemo on Friday, and on Friday I felt like I hadn't gotten chemo. Like when I got out, like, yeah, I was tired. Like I felt more like the pre-meds that they give you. They give you something, the short of it is called Dex. That is a steroid in case you have a reaction to the Taxol. Benadryl and famotidine, which is like Pepcid, and they give it to you IV. I felt more like drowsy from the Benadryl than I did from like I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I just got chemo. But I also was like, I'm not gonna go home and party. And the nurse told me that too. She was like, you're gonna feel, you know, because of the steroid, you're gonna feel up, but that doesn't mean to use that energy, you know, just like you got chemo. And everything was pretty fine, except for on Saturday I went to the bodega because I wanted to show my friend like how good I felt, because she was worried. She saw me on Friday and I was like feeling down before I went to chemo, and I got dizzy and my boyfriend had to come and get me. Yeah, that was unfortunate. And so for like money wise, I had to stop working because I work with animals and I can't handle pet waste. I don't know how I'm gonna feel. I have to get a surgery. There's recovery from the surgery. So there's gonna be a team of people that help you. At least this is what it was like for me. So on orientation, when I went to meet my oncologist, there's a woman that walks you. She's like, she's like, okay, so here is the lab, here's the pharmacy, at least at the hospital where the cancer center where I go, because it's like a whole different place. So they give you like they gave me a magnet with a whole bunch of like the nurse practitioner, advanced practice nurse, nurse navigator, social worker, dietitian, research nurse. They give you like a whole bunch of information for like people to help you, and it's like really comforting because I went into this with no savings. Which is something like, if you see this video just for fun and you're not going through what I'm going through, or somebody you know is going through this, and you have the opportunity to do it, just try to save 3 months worth of bills. So I started a GoFundMe, and I'm gonna link it down below. Because I need a little bit of money. First I started it at like 2,000. I was like, oh, I'll be good. And my friend and my boyfriend were like, what what do you think we're gonna do with that? Like your unemployment doesn't come in till 6 to 8 weeks, and we've already back on bills. So I raised the amount, and I've been like overwhelming. Like I can't believe how many people I think love me. Um, well, not everybody. Like like people like me. Um, and it's definitely made me look at things differently. Like I didn't see my really good friend's house till like a couple weeks ago, and she's had it for like 8 months, and I couldn't get it together to go visit her. But now, because I'm going through this crazy thing, now I'm like rushing to like go see people before I like went into chemo, because I don't know how weak or how I'm gonna feel. So if you take anything away from this, and if you've watched this long, um try to save money. Always try to save money. um there's gonna be social workers to help you at the hospital, at the cancer center. um these people are pretty amazing, and I feel really lucky. Despite the circumstances, like I know it's like weird to say like I feel lucky and I have breast cancer, but I feel like I'm taking a positive from all of this. There's something that the universe, the higher power, wants me to learn from this situation. um I'm lucky because so far I've received a lot of help. I haven't felt like alone or scared. And there's organizations that help, and there's hotlines that you could call in case you feel like that and you're going through breast cancer. Um, um, so the back to when you make your appointment with your oncologist. So at the hospital that I'm going to, they have someone like or give you an orientation. So they tell you, okay, so this is the lab. This is where you're gonna get your lab work. You have to get lab work every single time before you do the chemo, so that they could check your blood cell count and stuff like that. So I went to orientation. First I did the I saw where everything is, and then I walk up to registration where you pay your copay, and then I go and I meet with the doctor. And these doctors, like, they're incredible. They know what they're doing. It's very comforting. I hope that if you're going through this and you're trying to find doctors to help you, that you don't have to get too many second opinions or look too hard to find doctors that you feel comfortable with. Because I'm lucky that I found the people that I found. I didn't even find them. I was just like, they were just like, plop, here it is. This is the people. So I did the orientation, and the doctor, she said to me, she's like, I'm not reinventing the wheel here. And I was like, that was just, that was like really comforting. Like, I'm not the first woman. I won't be the last, unfortunately. But maybe one day, there won't be any women with breast cancer. And that's why I'm really happy that I'm doing this clinical trial. So I think that that's pretty much it. So this is like my first video, and hopefully it won't be the last. I hope that I can give some people hope. And it's not, I don't think it's easy. Like, I don't know what I'm in for. Like, right now I just did one chemo so far, and I've heard that it's cumulative. So I might have felt like okay on my first one, to the point where I was like, I can't believe I just got chemo. But it's cumulative, so I don't know what it's gonna feel like. And they say that you start to lose your hair like from your third to fifth treatment. So I asked the nurse, I was like, how should I like do it? Because I'm thinking, like, if my hair starts to fall out and my hair is like really long and I try to buzz it, like, won't it get stuck? So I didn't say that, but that's what I was thinking. And then the nurse was like, just, if you want, like, cut it really short, and then when it starts to fall out, you could like buzz it. So I think that that's what I'm gonna do. My hair was really long. They do offer at the hospital that I go to, they offer something called a cold cap, where you put it on while you're getting chemo, and it like cools your scalp. So, and there's like I think it's like 50% chance that it'll work and you won't lose as much hair. I was offered that, and at first I was down. I was like, yeah, I'll do that. That sounds cool. I get to keep my hair. But then I thought about it, and I was like, I don't like being cold. I don't want to be uncomfortable, and and you have to stay like an hour after your treatment, and I'm sure that after I'm done getting chemo, I want to get out of there. Like my first day there, I was there from like 9 in the morning to like 6 o'clock in the afternoon. So but that was the first one because they have to like monitor you for an hour after when you get the second drugs. So it took a little bit longer, which I'm not complaining because they did, like, it was like such a pleasant experience. Like I know that it's so weird, and it's like a kind of like an oxymoron. I can't find a better word for it, but like like chemo was a pleasant experience. Like it doesn't sound like it belongs together. But I had to do this video because I kept on pushing it off, telling myself that I wanted to make it better, and I didn't want to. I didn't know. I wanted to do like my hair, and I wanted to do like put makeup on so that I wouldn't look like this. But if I didn't do it, I just would have kept pushing it off. But I'm glad that I did it. I'm gonna link my GoFundMe underneath, and yeah, if you see this video and you have any questions or you're curious about anything, let me know. Send me, like, I don't know. I don't know if you send me a message on this, or if you just like comment. I don't know. I'll figure it out, and I'll try to help you to the best of my ability because it makes me feel good to help. And yeah, I hope that I've motivated and inspired somebody. Okay, thank you.